for those of you lottery players. All right, we're going to start with a quick, if anyone is opposed to prayer, by all means, just let me know. Other than that, we're going to start with a quick prayer. Father God, we thank you for the opportunity you have allowed us to come and have a meeting of the minds. Lord God, we ask that you clear our minds, clear our hearts, allow us to be open and receptive to everyone's comments in a respectful manner, Lord God. We know on this particular West Side, everyone is here because they have a vested interest in public safety. Lord, give us this particular time in Jesus' name, and we give you the thanks and praise. Amen. Amen. All right, that being stated, today is August 14th. We are at 4910 West Quincy, and we're going to start with our roll call and quorum determination. Carmelita Earls, Chair of 15th District.
Dr. DeAndre Rudis, Community Engagement, present.
Arewa Najim Ikua, nominator, present.
Outstanding. So that being stated, the roll call has been established. At this particular time, I'm going to lateral this over to my co-counsel. I'm going to apologize ahead of time. I am double tasking, and you'll see me walk away to be present in a Zoom.
Oh wait, we gonna you want me to do the public comment? Okay. I got it. All right, y'all. So this is the public comment section of the meeting. Again, as elected officials, these meetings are recorded and they go on public record. It allows us to track any issues that come up in the community. Our role as district counselors, which is one of the reasons why Carmelita is stepping away from time to time, is to hold quarterly meetings where we come together to talk about the trends across the city as a group of counselors. And so any input during this section, especially as it relates to public safety or police accountability, is very useful to that process for us to continue to do the work that we were assigned to do, which is, again, make sure that we improve public safety and police accountability in all of the districts that we are assigned to. And obviously we're assigned to 15, so please use this time. You have about 2 minutes to discuss any challenges that you may be encountering across the district in any way in either public safety or police accountability. And we have an extra mic there, so we'll just pass it around. And once it comes back to us, we know that everybody has had their chance to speak what they'd like.
Good evening. So grateful to be here on this beautiful afternoon. My name is Devonna. I am a resident and I actually own a business in the 15th district. And I definitely had some issues with the 15th district police. In the past, we've had run-ins, you know, it's been unfortunate. And so now I'm here today because I was hoping to speak with the commander of the 15th district, hoping he would be here because I've reached out to him countless of times through email, through text messages, dropped off letters, and just hoping to get a bit of his undivided attention and hopefully that we can come to maybe a medium on a sit down, if you will. So I understand that, you know, the police have an incredibly hard job to do, especially on the West Side. And but for the most part, it got to be a way where we can come together to figure out some differences. You know, it shouldn't always be about the do's and the don'ts. What can we do to come together to make, you know, everybody kind of feel a part of the community and not just stand out for certain issues or things and things in that matter. Because of course, you know, nothing is perfect. This world isn't perfect. 15th district isn't perfect. But I just was really hoping to express my concerns of, you know, our situations that we've had in the past. But hopefully we can move forward maybe reconcile, work something out, or just have a sit down where it's not so much as so many other parties involved. And he can give me the undivided attention as a resident and as a business owner, and the respect to just kind of hear me out. So that's why I'm here, in hopes of that.
Thank you.
You have any other?
Oh, thank you. It's called DJ Little Loss. DJ Little Loss Entertainment. DJ. Yeah. DJ Levon.
The mobilization for the shooting that occurred.
Over the weekend.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, it's one of the
Mass
mass
shooting,
shootings
so
that
they
took
have a
place.
prayer walk over
We
there.
just left there, the police is there, he's there, mayor's people are there, so I'm sure when the dignitaries are present, you know, if he's there with his particular officers, not that they take precedence.
They
but
do.
But not that they take precedence, but this just happens to be in a situation that I'm not carrying this morning, I'm just letting you know that that's where I just left him, and hopefully someone will come. But that runs till, 7, 8 o'clock?
I think it was 7.
Okay, 7 o'clock, hopefully they'll drop it.
Yeah. I gotta say, our meeting lasts to 7 typically, so, but fingers crossed, you know.
And then he doesn't necessarily have to come to all of the meetings because he is still, handling other things. But he has been very good, more than most. I have to say, our commander probably outside of all the other commanders across this city, our commander has probably been more present and engaged with us as a district council. So we're gonna give him some grace tonight.
I'm not, because it's not acceptable. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna give
He
him some.
gets no grace because that's his job to be at all events. You stay over there for, and I get about what happened on the 22nd. I do understand, but you stay there for a few minutes and you come here. You have to stay for a few minutes. Your presence is supposed to be heard right here.
Message received. So get that message.
I'm gonna shoot a text to him. I'm gonna shoot a text right now and see if we can get him, you know what I mean, for a couple
Yeah,
minutes.
shoot a quick text and see what happens. Nothing, but keep do what you can.
Anyone else? Okay. Then we're gonna move forward. Okay, what's next?
All right, so the next item on our agenda is the approval of our minutes from our meeting that was held 7/10/2025. And Chair Earls will read the minutes and as listed, I'm sorry.
Thank you, Councilor Rudis. We're going to give you an abbreviated because there's, we talked about copious amounts of information, but I'll give you the highlights. This meeting took place on the 10th of July. The location was 330 North Lotus, and all of your counselors were present, and what we basically, the public comment, the public, was concerned about the migrant situation, community members during the investigation process, and do they only investigate allegations, and do they also look into the officer's record? So what we basically talked about is how the process of we the people, the residents of 15th District, how we choose to have service from our particular public servants. That being stated, we talked about how COPA, Civilian Office of Police Accountability, handles the particular investigations. It starts with an allegation, and then anything documentation beats conversation. So it also talked about were the officers' compliments tracked. You know, I know we're always harping on what they do wrong, but we want to also catch them doing something right. So the approval of the minutes from June 12th and May 15th were also called during that particular meeting. All DCs voted yes, and the minutes were approved. Restorative justice training was highlighted from Friendship Baptist. It took place on July 14th through the 17th from 10 to 3. It was a 3-day affair. Training at the church at 5200 West Jackson. We sponsored by Bill and the contact person with Ottawa, Edwina.
No, it's Alba, like
Yeah, it's Edwina Hamilton. I just thought maybe that was her official name.
right?
Community healing event is also one that took place on July 19th. What we're hearing is the Free free guided sound bath meditation and health education. A Time to Talk, public safety dialogue took place on the 22nd at Bill at 5100 on Harrison. Use of force and how to de-escalate response to resistance. The facilitator was the civil rights attorney, Marcia Thompson, and she also worked on the consent decree, which is what we represent as a result of that consent decree work. There will be a planning for community training to review and recommend changes of the collective, as a collective, and the date to be announced. It has not been given to us. So we also discussed everything from public safety, of course, community policing interactions, and policy incident review. We talked about the tribunal initiative, which I'm sure Councilor Rudis, but I'm sorry, Akua. I have to say the right name. I wanted to call her Winters, but she has officially changed her name, so I'm going to give her just respect. Respect to the Queen. So that being stated, our mission statement, we are going through a lot of different things, and Councilor Rudis will basically highlight those particular things. Complaints about overcrowding parking was one of the situations that the people talked about, abandoned cars, multiple cars, but the majority of this goes under the umbrella of what the community is being forced to deal with, such as in the 15th district, a lot of placement from people that didn't move necessarily into the community, but were placed. So that being stated, I'm going to ask for a motion to receive the minutes, or to be corrected.
No, I move. Oh, sure. I move to accept July 10th meeting minutes as read.
A second.
It has been moved by Councilor Rudis and seconded by Councilor Kua, and therefore, are there any questions on the floor? No questions. All in favor?
Aye.
Ayes have it. So at this particular time, we accept the minutes as read, and I'm done.
All right, our next item on our meeting agenda is district council member updates, and I will pass the mic to Councilor Akua so she can start.
Okay, so
I'll cut it off. Cut it off. Yep.
okay, so I'm gonna apologize right now because I've been out across the city today in multiple of meetings, and I normally have everything that I need to share in my phone, and it is not charged. So I'm just kind of reading things off the top of my head. But if you did sign in with us, all the things that I am lifting up here, I will make sure that we either email or text you all of the information, because there are quite a few meetings coming up. And some are in response to the recent shooting, the mass shooting that happened in Austin. And so I know on Monday, I believe at 6 o'clock, Alderman Jason Irvin is having a meeting at Pastor Abercrombie's, it's not, what is it, Zoe? At Zoe, on Monday night to talk about, you know, what the response should be when we have these large gatherings, you know, in the community. And then there's also a meeting on Tuesday, I believe that's at 6. This meeting, the superintendent and the mayor will be there. Didn't I send y'all the location? So that's on Tuesday.
Yes,
Meeting
at Pastor Hatch's church.
at Mount Pilgrim, 6 o'clock? Is that at 6 o'clock? Okay, so again, we'll make sure that you get all of those, all of the flyers and information. And then, so last month when we were talking to residents during the public comment period, they were talking about tensions. They feel tensions growing in the community with, I'm calling them our new residents respectfully, whether it is parking, whether it is language barriers, whether it is whatever it is. And so we said that we would like to have a special meeting with some of our city government officials to hear from community members about their concerns, what resources are being made available and just how some of these things can be mediated. So we have not set a date for that yet, but we're looking to hold this meeting in September. But as soon as we come up with the date, we have to share with the city to make sure that they can have the right officials there to help answer questions from the community. But I want to say this, so Austin is really made up of about 90,000 people, but the last count there's 101,000 people. So that means we may have 10,000 new residents living with us. And when I did talk to the city, I said, why weren't, when they came, why weren't they put in all the communities? Like, why weren't they put in Lincoln Park? Why weren't they put in Logan Square? Why? And the response that I got was because Austin is affordable. And I don't believe that for 1 minute. I don't believe that, but that is what they told us. So we're gonna schedule that meeting because at the end of the day, they are here now, and we are living together now, but we definitely, don't want things escalating to where there's an incident that, may cause other issues. So they have agreed to accommodate us with that meeting and to hear from residents. And so the community meeting on large gatherings, this is gonna be on Tuesday, August 19th. So we have Mayor Brandon Johnson, alderpersons, the Mayor's Office of Community Safety, the police department, and there'll be Q&A sessions with residents, and it'll be at New Mount Pilgrim Missionary Baptist Church at 4301 West Washington. It's from 6:30 until 7:45, and so we'll have that here so you all can take a picture of that. And then the next thing, so during my day job, I am a community organizer with Austin Coming Together. And on next Thursday, we are hosting a documentary. Normally we do a summit every year, but because we were moving into the Aspire Center, we didn't do the summit, but we've done a documentary kind of highlighting some of the work we've done over the past 5 years with the Quality of Life Plan. We interviewed, Austin residents and, folks who have been working on the plan. And every time I think about the documentary, in spite of everything else that's going on, I'm like, it's really a beautiful sentiment, and it really speaks to who we are as a people here in Austin. That side of us that the media won't tell and show people, right? I promise you, for every one incident that happens, there are 20 other phenomenal things that are happening that they won't bother to show. And so that's going to be on next Thursday. That's the 21st? Yes. The 21st at the K-Ron Center for the Arts. That's right on the other side of Central in Washington, and that's going to be at 6 o'clock. And there'll also be a panel discussion along with that. And then I feel like it was something else, and I can't remember. But we do have all the information. So like I said again, we'll make sure to share all of the things that are coming up. So yeah, I think that's all I have for us.
Thank you. I'm gonna pass to you. I'm looking for one thing. So I'm gonna pass now to Chair Earls.
Okay, let me see if this mic is working now. We'll change the batteries. Hi, I'm Carmelita Earls, your chairperson of the 15th District Council. I'm a retired Chicago firefighter, 32 years. And what I've chosen to do is bring that first respondership to public safety. What does that mean? That simply means that when you call 911, we're there after something has happened. This is to preempt a change of behavior. For whatever reasons, we just have lost something as simple as humanity. And if we could just bring the humanity back to living on the west side, I believe the conflict of resolution will be a natural thing, because we'll just be treating each other like community. Community has two words in it. It's common and it's unity. So we all have something common. We live here. And the unity of it simply means we have an expectation of safety. So therefore, I've been blessed to be empaneled with and commingled with some very phenomenal people, Dr. Dre as well as Queen Arewa. They have been doing this for a very long time, and I'm learning to not just tear up things as a firefighter. We're destructive. We like to come and get our cardio off, but now I'm learning to put down my axe and my sledgehammers and use a little intelligence in the same manner. So what concerns me here and what I've been doing is trying to figure out where the hate is coming from. And I believe it's self-hate. So what I've penned is basically that hurting people hurt people, but healed people heal people. So if we can come together and find a way to bring some of that love, self-love, and extend it to our neighbors, I think we're going to be on to something, because the majority of these things that's happening is because of self-hate. And I'm not justifying anything, and I'm definitely not agreeing with it, but what I'm trying to do is understand what all of this anger is all about. So I'm glad you guys are here, because we would like to impanel you and to figure out exactly how we can get ahead of it, because I don't get it. I absolutely don't get it, and I'm trying to understand. And we have to live amongst some people that only think about me, myself, and I, not us, we, and them. So we can have an inclusive resolution. That would be an outstanding thing. So as I just stated, we just left the mobilization over there on La Crosse and Maypole. A lot of people are there. We're going to tell you what I noticed. We had something in common, that 50-yard stare. I see it on a couple of faces. If we could just figure out how to not be reactive, and it's not our problem. I don't believe there's problems. There's just an opportunity to find a solution. Because anytime, forgive me, I'm suffering from smoke inhalation. Anytime somebody runs into a burning building, something's wrong with me. So I'm a little touched. But what I am also is I'm touched by your love and your humanity. So that being said, thank you very much for coming. And we're going to get the work done, because you have given us your vote to make it happen. I may be soft-spoken, but don't get it twisted. There's something going on in here.
All right, y'all. So again, I'm Dr. DeAndre Rudis. I'm the community engagement specialist for the group. Essentially, like a facilitator of conversation, communication between our police department and the community, as well as do community events and things like that to bring both police and community together, or at least increase education and things like that for our community, so that they can best understand where they stand in the work, and how to best defend themselves, and whatever else needs to be done, so that we can get along as best we can. That stated, one of the things that I like to do is every quarter we have a Know Your Rights event, and our next Know Your Rights is coming up on August 28th at 6 p.m. It'll be at the Rudis Center for Business and People Development, 5044 West Madison. And at this particular Know Your Rights, we will be focusing on how do you actually input information in the public comment period. So CPD is one of the few cities that actually allows community members to have input on their different policies. And not too often do we actually take that opportunity to add our voice to the policies. And so in our way of educating the community, we want to bring you all together, teach you about your opportunity to add public comment, and then actually walk with you through adding public comment on one of the CPD policies that are available to do so. So again, that'll be 8/28 at 6 p.m. at 5044 West Madison. That is the Rudis Center for Business and People Development. The other thing that I want to bring to you all's attention is a de-escalation training through what's called DTAL. And this is in connection with some work that I do with NYU. So I work for NYU's policing project. And one of our colleagues has put together a de-escalation webinar. At least this first piece will be an educational webinar just to teach you about what this de-escalation tactics will be all about. And it is not solely focused on the police, it's actually focused on both. So we are also going to teach community how to engage with police in different circumstances, so that de-escalation is happening on both ends. So if you think that's an interesting thing that you'd like to involve yourself into, that'll be on 8/21, again on August 21st. It's at 1:30 p.m. to 3:30 p.m. And that's I have a link for that I can share with you. And again, all of this information will go out via email, so the link will be attached to that email But if you'd like to sign up for that today, I actually got a little QR code from the person that sent the flyer, and I can show you that, and you can sign up there. The other thing that I do is I try to encourage a listening tour, in which we go to different blocks and allow community members that aren't present in these meetings, or those that would not like to be vocal in these meetings because they are recorded, to then share space where they could just talk to us openly and freely about the issues and concerns that they have. Those have not been going anywhere, but I always promote them because I want to be able to sit with our community to hear them out. And so if you know of any blocks, block club leaders that would like for us to come out to a block and just hear them out and work through whatever those issues may be, that's something that's on the table here in the 15th. The other thing that I do, in addition to recording each meeting and throwing it up on YouTube, is I create a monthly newsletter for us. My computer was not working today for some reason, and so I could not print any to share out, but I typically have a newsletter that is a summation of the meeting prior. And so just like that will go out to you, this meeting will eventually become a newsletter as well. And on that newsletter, you can find a QR code that allows you to voice your opinion on public safety. One of the things that we wanted to do since our inception was to track how we were doing. We would love to be able to see that at the end of these 4 years that we have in elected office, things were improved. You know, we would like to say that we had a little bit of part of that, right? The other thing that we have is a contact card where, again, if you want to remain anonymous, you can contact us, and that goes directly to me, and I keep that in-house. And the last thing that I'll say that I have is just a repository for data. When people come to the meetings and they show concern in various ways, so that could be about trespassing, that could be about noise ordinances or loitering, whatever it is, we typically try to go find the policy that's connected to it, keep that all together so that you have one place that you can go to find this type of information. And so I'm also the holder of that. And those are the things that I like to do in this role. So that is all the updates that I have for you. And with that, we will move to the next section of our agenda, which would be what we call a discussion, but we don't have a discussion. We have a little bit of work for y'all to do. And this is the last time that we are focused on developing our tribunal. So would you like to explain the tribunal? Or?
Yes, go ahead.
All right, so all right. So our tribunal concept is, again, before we leave this particular office, we would like to put something in place that could be unique, not only to the 15th, but if it catches on, the whole city could go ahead and grab it. So COPA has a mediation program right now where a community member and police officer, well, they're working on it, pardon, yep, best way to say it. They are working on a mediation program in which community and police officers, if they are having small level conflicts, low level conflicts, can come together and resolve them without that issue going on an officer's record, or without the community member feeling like the police is against them. And so what we would like to do is come up with our own thing right here in the 15th district where we could be mediators between conflict with community and police. And so and the name tribunal is loosely the name for it because some folks are like, we hear the word tribunal, it sounds legalistic, it sounds punitive, XYZ. So what we did is got with Marcia Thompson, who again was the person that actually helped to develop the city's first conflict resolution mediation program before it was transitioned over to COPA. And we told her our thoughts, we gave her some ideas about what we'd like to see. And she told us to narrow it down in a lot of different ways. That included coming up with a mission. That included talking to community to see if they actually wanted us to add community and community conflict in there. The name tribunal, what type of training might be needed for somebody to sit on the tribunal. And then, one more thing. Oh, and then how do we get buy-in from folks that might be interested in this whole tribunal concept? And so we've been workshopping that. We first took it to Build in their Restorative Justice Conference, and we sat there and worked through it first, and then we started taking it to our previous meetings. So the last 2 meetings we did, we took the summary from Build, and we have it here. And then we workshopped it in our last 2 meetings. And this will be the last meeting that we workshop it in. And before we go back to Marcia and say, these are the results from the community and their thoughts about what this whole police community tribunal should look like. And the last thing that I'll say about it is this is what we would like to see is a district council person, a community member, and a police officer work in concert with each other to solve these issues between the parties, right? And so that's what our idea with this whole tribunal thing is. And so with that, or I should ask before I move, any questions about what that could be, what it sounds like?
Pretty self-explanatory.
Okay, sounds good then. So with that, I am going to start reading through some of the ideas and things that we came up with at Build, and I have an extra sheet going around. All I need you all to do is when you hear something that you're like, I like that, hold on to it, and when the paper comes to you, just put a tick mark next to the thing that you most like. Yep. And then we have 4 or 5 sections, and then we're just gonna go through that, and then that'll be it for the discussion piece. All right. So first things first, we wanted to talk about the mission. So the mission. Sound like something dropped, right? Okay. Okay, cool.
Garbage,
All right.
garbage. Stand down.
All right, so we have a mission here, and some of the things when we were talking about the mission and what it should look like that emerged from Build was the mission should be focused in community ownership and empowerment. It should have a restorative justice and practice and principle element. It should be an alternative to the police and legal system. It should be about building and repairing relationships, and it should include inclusivity, humanity, and voice. Yes. And so to that, we came up with 4 different mission statements. And again, I'm going to read these mission statements out. If something of the 4 resonates with you, or as you, the paper you can read the paper for yourself because we have it, and as it goes around, just put a tick mark by it. All right, so our first mission statement is to empower our community to resolve conflict through restorative dialogue, mutual accountability, and healing outside of the court system and led by the voices of those most impacted. All right, our next one is to build a beloved community where all residents, youth, adults, and elders collaborate to resolve harm, restore trust, and keep our neighborhoods safe through non-punitive, inclusive processes. The third, to provide a restorative alternative to policing that strengthens community relationships, centers shared humanity, and offers pathways to healing, accountability, and peace. And the last, to foster a community-led process for addressing harm, rooted in empathy, empowerment, and justice, where every voice is heard, every conflict is a chance to heal, and every block becomes a space of peace.
What if you like multiple?
You can put tick marks by multiple. It's cool because we're adding it up as we go along, so it's cool.
You don't want
All
my
right.
input on that again.
Oh, you did. You had did it before,
I was
right?
part of that part.
Right. You did. All right. Yeah, you don't have to. If you've done it already, it's fine.
Yeah. That was fun putting all my adjectives up there.
Yeah.
Are you guys, are you residents, let me stop saying guys. Are you residents waiting for the clipboard before you respond?
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, that was one of the things that came up in Build while we were workshopping this. Folks were like, while we were workshopping this at Build, folks were saying, you know, they didn't live in the 15th district, so they didn't feel like they shouldn't have input. By all means, you can have input because again, it could be something that could go across. Yeah, it's fine.
I didn't live
Right.
So what happens here affected me.
Right.
And that's how I look at it. If I go into East Garfield, that's still my community. Why? Because I'm going there. So my input do matter.
Yes, it does.
So if you get the clipboard, I believe it's one sheet, you take a picture of it so we can simultaneously get everyone's eyes on it. That would be great. And we apologize for not bringing the copies. As I said, we're trying to be in more than one spot at the same time.
Yeah, no, yeah, the commander said he ended up, he done made it home already. I texted him too late. Yeah. But he, but he sent me he actually sent me this, so he said he'll be at this.
Is that Monday?
Tuesday.
That's a Tuesday. Okay.
Yeah, that's the Tuesday, so he'll be there.
Tuesday is the Zoe Life.
No, that's Monday.
That's Monday.
Mount Pilgrim is Tuesday.
Okay. And so what time is the Zoe Life?
Hold on, let me see. I just had that one. Zoe Life is 7. Oh, that's a big little bee. That's a honeybee.
Yeah, he is. Generational.
Which one? This tribunal piece? Well, I will. You know what? This is the last one. So what I'm gonna end up doing is all of the data that I've collected, put it together, and say these are the things that. Yeah. So instead of the whole sheet, it'll just be at this point, whatever folks. Yep. What we landed on.
Three.
Hmm.
You're gonna have us vote with the top 3.
Mm-mm. No. That was already being done. Like we gonna.
I can
This
give
will
it
be
to you,
it.
though.
Oh, this is gonna be it.
This is it.
Okay. So that looks like everybody commented on that one. All right.
We'll start it again.
All right. It looks. Yep. All right. So the next thing that we focused on after we moved past the mission was the name. So again, as I mentioned, some folks looked at tribunal with a bit of concern. Some people said they understood the cultural significance of it. But still, we came up with some other naming options. And again, I'll just read some off. And as we pass the clipboard and you see something that resonates with you, just give us a little tick mark so we can keep this thing moving right along. All right, so as we were at Build and we started to talk about the name, the themes that came up were, again, concerns with the tribunal piece of the name. There was some acceptance, as I mentioned, of tribunal. There was a desire for something that sounded a little bit more relational and restorative in language. And some folks also, again, understood the inclusivity of what a tribunal and the inclusivity and cultural resonance of what tribunal stood for. That stated, though, we did come up with some options. So we have some community-centered options. We have the People's Peace Council, the Community Peace Circle, the Neighborhood Justice Alliance, the Restorative Roots Council, and a Beloved Community Board. So those are our community-centered options. Then we had some restorative process-oriented names. That was the Community Mediation Forum, a Peace and Justice Circle, Healing and Accountability Council, and Conflict Transformation Collective. And lastly, we had some names that just kind of reframed tribunal. So we had Community Justice Tribunal, Peace Circle Tribunal, People's Tribunal for Healing and Harmony, and Restorative Tribunal of the West Side. So those were all the different names that we ended up centering around that came from words and or things that people said they would like to see as it related to the name of this project, if you will. So again, same thing we did as before. Anything that resonates with you, multiple things, just put a tick mark by it and pass the board around.
No, it goes.
Goes that way.
Oh, no, I thought you wanted to take a picture of it. Oh, I'm sorry.
Is that different?
She did more than one.
Oh, that's, I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, it's the second one.
Yeah, this is the second.
Where's it going? Down right?
So let me try this one more time. We take a picture of all 3 sheets. At least you'll know where we are. 3 pictures. Yes, please.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's got to be a third thing we're doing.
It's like 5.
Yeah, it's like 5 of them.
5 sheets?
No, 5 different.
Oh, names.
Yeah. No, 5 different pieces. So 5 pieces.
By the way, that's
So
a cool
so it's,
double seat chair you got over there.
Yeah. So it was the mission.
His and hers.
It was the name.
Nice. It's addictive.
Hell yeah.
Oh, they just shared your post.
Say it again, baby.
They just shared your post about the Carolina.
Okay. Very good.
So here's $1 million question while you guys are going through that. If you were the mayor of this city, what do you think you could change now? Think about that.
What do we think or what would we like?
What do you think you could change now? I see the light bulbs going on. Because when we get in a position, even in our various domains of our jobs, we always come with a wish list of what we want to do in the capacity of whatever we do, right? And then the reality sets in, because when you get there, you see there's a lot of components that you didn't consider. So Dr. Dre's going to go to the next one, and then we're gonna talk about that for a second.
All right. Okay, so the next one is focusing on community to community conflicts. Again, this was something when we first started this idea, it was about just community to police conflicts, but we wanted to expand it. And so we wanted to know what that expansion could potentially look like and what type of conflicts would something like this be able to mediate. And so when we posed to folks at Build, they said there should be a need for non-police conflict resolution for everyday issues. It should be preventative and community building and orientation. There should be clear guideline structure and outreach. It should have a restorative framework with broad reach, and there would need to be training and empowerment of local mediators. And so some of the recommendations that they had come up with was we should expand the scope to include neighborhood level issues like noise complaints, pets, parking, and cleanliness. We should develop clear eligibility guidelines and sample templates to support consistent conflict resolution. We should partner with churches, schools, and businesses to promote understanding and engagement. We should establish a network of trained resident mediators at the block level. We should use the tribunal to facilitate community goals like cleanups, resource sharing, and garden initiatives. And we should incorporate trauma-informed support for mental health related incidents and connect people to services. Now for this one, we need you to take some things off. So some of those things probably don't need for us to be involved with. For example, some folks in the past said establishing a network of trained resident mediators at the block level is not something that we need to be doing with this. And using the tribunal to facilitate community goals like cleanups, resource sharing, and garden initiatives is also something that we shouldn't be a part of because we have other things to do that. So if you read through these recommendations and you see something that does not belong, that you don't think that this particular tribunal should be doing, just put a tick mark by it so that we could not focus on that.
Thank you, Vanna. Thank you, Vanna.
You are very bad. She taught me well, didn't she?
So before the tick mark was something you like, and now you want a tick mark for something you take away?
Yeah, if you feel like it doesn't need to be included with the whole tribunal piece, at least for this one, this was the only one like that.
Maybe make it an X so we know the difference between that and a tick mark.
Yeah, you can put an X. That's fine. I mean, I would
Actually
know,
the sheet.
so it's fine.
The sheet knows. He knows on the sheet is coming off.
Yeah, right.
Those are nice looking, comfortable shoes you got on there, Isaiah. They look comfortable.
Yeah.
Right.
Coordinating stuff.
That John Witherspoon moment. Coordinate.
He was coordinated for real.
Oh, you know what? Did you want to finish what you were saying about why we got the?
Okay, while they're surveying,
Okay.
you're the mayor. What will you change now?
I don't know enough to know what could be done.
Yeah. That's fine.
If I were the mayor, which I would never want to be for the city. Whew, Chicago kids so hard-headed.
Yeah.
But I mean, I actually feel sorry for the mayor because, man, that's a huge job and a huge responsibility. I know, I'm getting off the subject. I would really, man, it's so much, but I mean,
Now come back.
definitely with the prices, with the taxes and the fees and the fines. If there's anything in my control I could do about that, I definitely would if I was mayor.
Then you'll get my vote.
It'll be the way the schools are ran.
That part right
You know, we'll put the the programs back in the schools.
Yeah, the trades.
All the trades.
Yeah. Yeah. In high school, good job.
We done? You, Bonnie, you done?
This
Done
is
with-
going
yeah,
back
go
here.
ahead.
Go ahead.
Well, it's a big topic, but just in the immediate, right here and now, I would love to kickstart some communication between, the migrants who have come here recently and the people who are living in the neighborhoods, and so that we can talk to each other. Not to talk to the city about the migrants, but talk, to get the communication going, and I feel like those people are between a rock and a hard place, and so are a lot of people here.
I think I would start by eliminating at least 25 aldermen. We don't need them. I mean, what city in this country has this many councilmen or aldermen this size? None. LA doesn't, New York doesn't. We don't need them. Take that money, put it right back into schools and education. That's a beginning.
Yeah, not lying.
You're not gonna get her vote. No, I don't mean her. I mean.
So I come from a community-based organization, Maryville, the Crisis Nursery, so this is my lens. If I was mayor, I would get everyone out of their silos, all the different organizations, so that they all know about each other, and then connect them with the police, so the police knows about all of them. And then, I know this is very lofty, and then have more events where community knows what's out there for them. Because I'm a case manager, I lead case managers, and we struggle to find all the resources. So how on earth do we expect community members to find them? So
Yeah, for sure.
Touche.
that's my TED Talk.
Yeah. Yeah, let me.
Pass? That's no passing. No, I'm joking.
Yeah.
Really?
I'll go ahead and You can say you can hold on to it, beauty. We'll come back. All right. So for the fourth piece that we had here that we need y'all help with is focusing on what the tribunal should. Okay. So when we first was thinking about this, we were saying that folks need to be conflict resolution trained, restorative justice trained. They should be trained in conflict mediation, trauma, racial healing. And so Marcia said, y'all have too much going on, so you got to kind of narrow it. And so we posed the question to folks at Build as to what do they think this particular tribunal should need in terms of training. And so what you have here are their ideas of what the training should look like. And, okay. And that's what we just need you all to put a tick mark next to as what your thoughts are as to what the tribunal should focus on. So the emergent themes were folks should have restorative and or nonviolent practice as a core skill set. They should be trauma informed and have a contextual understanding of conflict. They should have local resource awareness and referral knowledge. They should have practical conflict mediation and facilitation skills. They should have civic literacy and rights awareness. And there should be cultural healing and relationship building as a training concept. And so these were the recommendations on what the tribunal itself should center on. It should be healing centered, not blame centered. Focus on healing and restoration, not adjudication or blame. It should have or focus on everyday conflict resolution with structural awareness. Address low-level conflicts while acknowledging root causes like trauma and inequity. Inequality. It should have restorative justice practices as the core process, use peace circles and other restorative models as standard practice, and it should have community education and empowerment. The tribunal should educate community members about rights, resources, and collective solutions. So again, with this one, we just need you to put a tick mark by the recommendation that you believe the tribunal should center on. It could be multiple, it could be one. All right, Beauty, you mayor. While we going, yeah.
That's why you left this in my hand.
Yeah.
I don't need no microphone because everybody can hear me, right? I got a big old mouth. If I was mayor, I would put more resources on youth that are getting pregnant at an early age, more preventative measures. Because if I had a kid at 16 and then she had a kid at 15, I'd be 31 when I had a grandbaby. I still don't know nothing. You know, so I would put more resources behind that, just the education part. Teaching them just say no, click.
That's the two passes. You want to take it back now?
Can I say something on the topic? I have a thought on the topic of the tribunal.
Sure. Can you get the mic?
I'll touch back on for you guys.
I just want to say, like, I really like everything that I'm hearing about the training. I would say, I think with this tribunal, what would be really important is ensuring the way you're recruiting people is good. Because if somebody just likes power, it doesn't really matter how much training they get. So how do you get people to sign up to do this? Like, probably the best people to do this are people who are not going to sign up. So you gotta like force somebody to do it. You know, like make somebody be like, okay, people. I don't know how. Well, I don't know. I don't know the answer, but you would have to figure it out. But you know, maybe like lots of people know great like block club residents. They probably would be great at this.
Right.
But not just, hey, who wants to be on a little panel who gets to decide between some, like, I just think that, no amount of training is going to help people who think they already know everything.
That's powerful.
I don't disagree with that.
That's powerful.
Yeah, I don't disagree.
That was enough.
See it for a second, later. Yeah.
All right.
And we
we were thinking about that, because some of the things we were also thinking about is like who is in community already either practicing restorative justice or, you know, even our violence interrupters. I mean, people that are already kind of engaged in community and conflict. And so we were thinking about, and then even thinking about like partnering with those organizations, because we'll have, even if we're trying to put a training together, it's like, ain't nobody gonna take off work to take the training, you know, and then go volunteer. So how do we partner with organizations that are doing, you know, some of the work that could lend someone to a training or something like that? So we have been thinking about like what that could look like as well. And we definitely have to figure out a way to get, you know, to engage our young people. So yeah, thank you for that. And I didn't say the second part about the meeting around the migrants. So the first meeting will be to hear from residents, but then, you know, one of the things I share with the city is then we still have to bring all parties together. And so I said, well, you know, everybody's tired of town halls and listings and everything. And so maybe if we created something kind of celebratory to bring people in space together, because you know, no matter where we go, there are certain things that will bring us together, and that's music and food and art, you know what I mean? And so then we're thinking about doing something in October so we can bring, you know, I'm still calling them our new residents, bringing our new residents into space with us so they could get to know us like on a different level, opposed to like having a meeting. Like the first time we get to actually interact with each other, we're gonna have a meeting, you know, because we're gonna tell y'all what we don't like about y'all and, you know, go in on y'all like that. And one of the things I said to them, and this only came to me when I was in the meeting talking to them, I said, I myself, I'm being very mindful. I said, it's because I don't want to gaze upon them the way I know that my parents were being gazed upon when they moved into Austin, and all the everything that they went through, because we were one of the first African American families on Jackson in the 1500 block on Jackson Boulevard, and it was just not easy. And you know, just hearing stories, you know, my brothers telling stories about they couldn't go to the park, they were getting chased home, you know. And just the thought of that, I'm like, you know, I don't want us to repeat that. You know what I mean? And it's like, it's hard enough for everybody to try to, everybody's in survival mode. And so, yeah, we want to be very conscious about that. So, the goal would be in, you know, to October. And at that event, have resources there. And yeah, I keep telling them, I don't know why the city ain't started putting things in Spanish already. Like, why do we have to ask y'all to translate things? Like, this city is so late and lame, I don't know. But yes, so we working. We doing our part as best we can. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm being recorded.
That's okay, I put those words in your mouth.
Thank you, you did it.
All right. All right, last thing. The last thing that we had to focus on was building buy-in for this whole community tribunal. And so we posed to the folks at Build about what that would look like and what we would need to do. And so some of the things that came up were it has to be inclusive and multi-stakeholder engaged. It has to be about building a positive relationship with police. It has to demonstrate value through action. There should be tangible incentives and pathways, and it should be local and education-based. And so what some of those recommendations look like was developing a broad-based strategies, broad-based stakeholder engagement plan that involves youth, elders, renters, homeowners, landlords, and community leaders from the start. We have to position our police as partners and not as controllers. So we have to train and engage police in non-enforcement roles that foster healing and accountability. They suggested that we launch a public pilot and then share stories, host open sessions, and use storytelling to show real-world impact. We could incentivize participation with tangible benefits, offering education credits, diversion opportunities, or employment in restorative roles. And we need to invest in visibility and education campaigns using local venues and ambassadors to spread awareness and encourage involvement. And so again, with this one, basically just put a tick mark by something that you probably believe that we don't need, because in all actuality, we probably need all of these. And so anything that we don't need for this one is something that I'd like you to put an X or a tick mark by. Yeah, on that page. Yeah. And if you don't put anything by it, then we're accepting everything. All right. So while this last piece is going around, we will go ahead and move to the next piece of our meeting, which is what I see right now is votes. So one, we don't have any votes to take today. Do we have to, do I have to, like, motion to move from the votes? Like, just because we don't have votes, it's just nothing like that. Okay. All right. So I'm going to pass to you. You can introduce the next piece.
Okay, so one of the things we do in the 15th district that is very unique to us is that each month that we have our meeting, we give an award. So we do 2 awards. So we do one called our Living Legacy Award, and that's what we give to someone who has been in community doing, good work, great things, and we want to celebrate them. And then the other award that we do is called our Above and Beyond Award. And this is an award that we give to officers that we know are in the 15th district, same, doing great work. And so again, I can't read the bio because Officer Young, my phone is dead, but I did get it. I know you sent it to me. So what I would like to do is give you an opportunity to introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about the work you do, and then we are going to present you with our Above and Beyond Award. And she's an Austin resident. She don't just work here, she lives here too. That part.
Yeah.
I know that's right.
My name is Officer Young. I work in the 15th district. I am the domestic violence liaison officer.
And my neighbor.
Right, her neighbor. I not only work in the district, I live in the district. I have a business in the district.
Right now.
And we kind of talked a little bit about it. I am finishing grad school next week. I'm getting a master's in exercise science with concentration sports nutrition. I am also a certified doula. Yes. So, I'm just busy.
Yeah.
Best way I can put it.
Yeah, for sure.
But wait, tell them a little bit about the special work that you do in the district.
So with domestic violence, I reach out to victims, survivors, and provide resources, assist them with getting order protections, and just helping them get in a better space if they're open to it. And it's not necessarily meaning get someone locked up. They may just want to leave and get away or whatever, and that's what my job consists of. It's bigger than that, but just bring it down, yeah.
That was the reason too why I wanted us to do open house for the district, because there's so many things that the district offers to community members that community members are not even aware of. There are a lot of specialty things that happen, but the commander was not seeing my vision, and so I have to rethink it, because I still think that needs to happen, because there are a lot of, you have our affinity groups, that you do senior groups, you know what I mean, you have the youth groups, and so, the community needs to know that and see that part of their work. So yeah, we're gonna go back to the drawing board after we get all this other stuff done. So on that note, so this is our Above and Beyond Award. And it says, I think leadership is service, and there is power in that giving to help people, to inspire and motivate them to reach their full potential. Dr. Lisa Herbert. This certificate of appreciation and grateful recognition of your community service and dedication, we hereby present Officer Matasha, did I say that right? Matasha Young, with this certificate of recognition for her service, leadership, and commitment on behalf of the 15th District Council on this day of August 14th, 2025.
Now you know it gotta be a real picture.
All right.
It didn't happen if it wasn't documented.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Come on, you want us to look here?
Did you get it?
Did you get yours, Bonnie?
This is a better view because the sun.
And so you got one more. Just stay that pose. Keep
Okay.
that pose.
It's a mess. This thing is a mess. All right.
Okay.
1, 2, everybody. Jesus.
You did it.
All right, let me see. So, 415 North LeClaire. LeClaire Garden. Yep.
LeClaire Garden?
Yep.
Where?
LeClaire Garden. All right. All right, so the last agenda item that we have is the announcement of our next regular meeting, which will be, again, the second Thursday of the month. That falls on 9/11. And we will be at 415 North LeClaire. So that's LeClaire Garden. Again, we're doing our garden tours, getting people outside and getting right in the community. Oh.
I'm so sorry, I forgot to announce the Danny K. Davis Back to School
Yeah.
Parade and the Taste of Austin happening on this Saturday. I think the parade starts early, about 9 o'clock, but the Taste of Austin is from 12 to 6 in Columbus Park. And this year, we will be we're gonna be in one of Carmelita cars. I think she said she got a Corvette for us.
Oh, yeah.
So we will be in the parade. Yay!
Real fancy. All right, with that, I am going to pass to our chair so she can adjourn our meeting for tonight.
Can we entertain the motion to have our meeting adjourned?
I motion to adjourn our meeting at 7:01.
Second.
It has been motioned to adjourn by Dr. Rudis, Councilor Rudis. It has been seconded by Councilor Okua. At that particular time, we want to make sure you guys please get your trifold before you leave so you'll understand what we're doing. All in favor?
Aye.
We are adjourned. Thank you very much for your evening.
So much.
Yeah.
Yes.